money get paper. Cause you know we party hard later. Mr. Flex and Papa got the old city lock, but to get us each and every area. Stepping NLC with no chaser.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, depending on where in the world you are joining me from. I am Alluminati, and this is the Crypto and Cognac podcast show every Thursday live on YouTube. As always, powered by alti.com, the one-click crypto wallet for Telegram, WhatsApp, and soon enough, Discord. And as always, fueled by my friends at Hennessy TT. Tonight, I'm having some VS. I'm going to light it up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to have some fun. And as always, we are not talking financial advice. We are just sharing information, conversation, education. The ICE rule as always. This evening, I am talking to none other than a young lady doing amazing things in the music space, in the NFT space. Tuff like iron. She has combined her longtime love of reggae music and her newfound love of cryptocurrency to bring to us something amazing called the Digital Dread NFT EP. So, without further ado, Tuff.
Hey, family, greetings. What's good, my brother? How are you today?
I am well. Thank you for spending some time with us. Thank you for sharing with us. I'm really excited for you to share with me and my community your journey. Tell us a bit about your project. Tell us a little bit about what's next for you. And then we're going to talk about crypto, NFTs in general. We're going to talk about music and crypto. We're going to talk about everything, right? But first and foremost,
yes.
Who is Tuff like iron? Tell me.
Well,
who she is. Tell me
for those who don't know me, greetings and love. It's a joy and honor to be here. Like I said, I'm Tuff Like Iron. I'm a Reggae Fusion artist. I'm from New York, Brooklyn. I grew up between New York and Jamaica, but my family actually also has Trinidad heritage. My father was actually born in St. Vincent and grew up in Trinidad, so he went to school and everything in Trinidad. My family.
You're a Caribbean woman.
Facts. But grew up in New York. But you know, New York is such a special place because it's such a melting pot, and once you're in like a Caribbean area, it's just like one culture, you know. So we always grew up with people who were Jamaican, people who were from Trinidad, people who was Haitian, Puerto Ricans, you know, and everybody kind of came together as one. And, you know, the reggae scene in New York was really beautiful like that. We have, you know, people from Germany and people who come from Japan and all these different people, but it was like just a oneness, and everybody somehow ends up being Jamaican. You know what I mean? So that's how I just grew up listening to, you know, Black Uhuru and Super Cat, and I just always loved the vibe. So traveling to Jamaica as a youth, it was just like mind blowing, you know, the nature, the culture, the vibes and everything. So I was originally a fashion designer. I still have my clothing line, so y'all can also check out my clothing at tufflikeiron.org. I make crochet hats. I have one right here that I can show.
You should be wearing your merch. You should be wearing your stuff.
You know what's funny? I do like making these, but I don't actually like wearing them. I don't really think they look good. I don't really like how they look on me necessarily. You know, it's not my style.
Even during a New York winter, you don't feel like, you know, putting them on?
Yeah, when it's cold. I mean, it's cool. They're cute. I mean, I love them. Don't get me wrong. I do love them. It's just not my personal thing that I like to wear. You know what I mean? But I do have them available if anybody wants them. But yeah, I was doing fashion. I started doing music in Jamaica about 8 years now. And I started recording with the Java Evil family in Vineyard Town. So big ups to Sela and the Gideon. Those are my friends who are twin brothers. So one of them does the production and the other one is the artist. And they kind of brought me into the music. And so since then I've been traveling touring around different places. You know, I've
Okay.
performed in Trinidad at
Right.
the Double Eyes over here in Trinidad.
Right.
A lot of stuff in California. I'm in California at the moment, and
Right.
yeah, just got into cryptocurrency, following my brethren from Brooklyn also, Nati. You know Nati?
No, I don't. I'm
Oh,
not familiar with that.
He's the coin god. See, it's crypto and cognac, but I didn't bring my cognac.
No. You could listen.
Crypto and cannabis, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had Basie on, and he did crypto and cannabis as well. So it's all good. This is an adult program.
Yeah, man. So I started learning about crypto through my brother Nati, the coin god. He does NFTs. He does classes. You know, he really teaches a lot of information just about the digital currency space, and he's just a positive brother overall who, you know, just very motivational and inspiring. So big ups always to Nati. He's also featured on the project on the Digital Dread NFT EP. So we did get to do 2 tracks with him. He has done some pretty massive, you know, NFT projects and some wild stuff that's like really inspiring. So it was great to work with him. I also have a feature with Illuminati Congo, who is also in the crypto space and an amazing vocalist, you know. And I also have another one with Evie Pukupu from the Nomads from Jamaica.
Right.
So, you know, the group The Nomads?
Yeah.
They're also film stars. They're in all kinds of different films and, you know, just overall talented, creative people. So they're getting into digital currency as well. And just looking to find new ways that we can build our art and share it with the community and actually build wealth for ourselves and with our community and have more resources to be able to invest in our art and things that are important to us and our community. Because I know particularly me as an artist, like what I do it to be able to have resources to be able to say, hey, this person's really talented, but they need this amount for a music video. Oh, we could pay for that. Like, let's get these people to be able to produce their projects. Like, let's be able to tell our own story for the first time. It's not coming through the eyes of this foreign person or that, you know what I mean? Like,
or a label that doesn't understand the culture.
Right, or they want to package you a certain way and say, you know what, Tuff, we don't like your locks like this. We're going to make them blonde. And then we're going to, you know what I mean? Just weird shit. Like, why? Why, you know what I mean? We want to be ourselves and express ourselves and be able to tell our story. And for me, I see decentralization as a big, you know, tool towards this. So.
Right. So, I mean, you're in. But so you talked about your fashion, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, a lot of people may not know you for your fashion because it's not what you promote heavily on the forefront, but you actually do have your Tuff Like Iron collection as an NFT project as well.
I'm also looking to get to making some wearables, you know, with the clothing line and get the digital version of these, you know, so we can wear them in the metaverse.
I need to put you on to some people who are very talented with making digital wearables.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it's like, it's just the time. There's just so much information and so many things to try to keep up with. And, you know, there's all these messages and things to answer and articles you got to read and something's going on over here and all this stuff is like, you know, so sometimes it's not even the people, because I have some great people that I'm connected with, but it's just getting it all, you know, in line sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a huge space and it's moving at the speed of light always. Like if you turn away from crypto for a month, you've fallen behind like tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
It's unlike any other industry. But for yourself, right? So you started in fashion, you gravitated towards the music, you've been pulled in. You're originally from New York. You have Jamaican and Trinidadian Caribbean heritage.
Right, I'm not Jamaican by birth, but I am by.
We are all Jamaican Jamaican culture is pervasive, right? There's a reason why there's Jamaica Queens, right? And there's no, you know,
it's pervasive.
And you're in LA. So you've touched a lot of different cultures and a lot of different spaces through your art, right? How does the crypto space compare to the traditional space as you've experienced it in all these different places?
I would say that to me, I think it's been super, like people are very interested in connecting. Like it's been a joy. I've connected with some really awesome people and they have not been like stush or, you know what I mean? Like they've been cool, you know? For example, like I've been watching Nyla um,
Right.
since for, you know,
Yeah,
6 months,
forever.
you know what I mean? 8 months and something. So I've seen this whole progression and I should have been buying, you know what I mean? I should have been collecting instead of just watching and sending likes and stuff. But you know, even the likes and stuff, that stuff is all support, just supporting the vibe, even if
For
you're
sure.
not, you know, at that point of purchasing, or maybe you don't have that much available at the time, or maybe people who don't even have a wallet, but just like sharing the vibes and being, you know, a part of the experience and a part of the movement. I've been watching Nyla making comments and posting the stuff back and forth, and you know, who knew that she was going to become the first ever artist in residence at Time Magazine? I didn't know that, you know, but
Yeah.
they still reply to me. She bought one of my son's NFTs because I have a young son who also does NFT art, and
That's cool.
he just turned 12. You know.
Get them started young. I mean, this space. I don't want to cut you and your chain of thought, but this space is really one where it's not limited to anyone. Like, these kids are getting involved in crypto. They understand it in a way that it's just natural to them. And now, by the time he's 18, he might be able to pay for college himself, or he might be able to open his own business, start his own label, do whatever he wants to
Really
do.
creative and very artistic. So like he would be able to have a whole studio. That's what I try to explain to him. Like, you know, keep doing this consistently and you'll have the budget to fund your own visions. You won't need, you know, to go around begging people to be a part of your thing so they can change it and alter it and make it how they think it should be or package it how they want. Like, no, direct from the source, you know? It's a
And that's a point you've kind of made a couple times. Do you think that cryptocurrency, do you think that NFTs really allow artists to be true to themselves and true to their art? Do you see that as because it's not something that a lot of artists speak to? And I've had quite a few different types of artists on, but I think you're the first person who really hit on that particular point.
Well, I think that it's particularly relevant for maybe not all kinds of art, you know, but certain things like definitely music where you might be signed by a label and they might tell you you need to dress this way. And some of the stuff is good, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you want to make yourself as presentable as possible and make your product and what you're offering as good as it can be, but still you want to do it in alignment with your, you know, your vision and your sensibilities and what you're comfortable with. And sometimes when you start working with other people due to the resources that they might be contributing, they now have more control or more say about what, you know, how it should
100%.
look or what the person should say. You know what I mean? So to be able to, you know, keep that independence, but still find ways to build up the resources that we need to be able to do things the real way that we want to do them, you know? So I see that as a big opportunity for artists.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, your project, the Digital Dread EP, I mean, it's the quality of it is right up there. Like it's not something that looks like, okay, this is an amateur artist just trying a thing, it's really well packaged. The art behind it, the graphics behind it, everything is so well put together.
Thank you so much.
Tell me about the team who helped you with that,
Honestly, I mostly conceptualized this project by myself. Obviously, yeah, I conceptualized it. obviously reached out to people because I have 6 different artists. I have 6 different tracks. 3 of them are produced by my son's father, the artist, the NFT artist. He actually lives in Trinidad. He lives in Faizabad, and his father is a artist as well, musical artist, and he does instrumental production recently. So we have some in-house production that was done by my son's father, and then another brethren that I was working with from a team in Miami, that's Chalice Row. So we have 3 songs produced from Trinidad, instrumental, and then 3 on the ones from Chalice Row. So then I was looking to feature people on the project with me who were also interested in making moves and a part of the digital currency space, and also into music. It's like Nati, like I said, is my teacher. He's my mentor in the space. So he's obviously the first person I'm going to think of. I'm like, get a song with Nati. So we actually have 2 songs with Nati. We still have 1 more to release. I have been waiting on some artwork and some different things. And, so I have one that I've been holding on to. I have it already. And it's actually my favorite song from the project. So I'm still excited to mint that and share that with everyone.
And that is going to be minted as part of the original Digital Dread project, or
it's going to be the final track in that project. I am definitely looking to do some more NFT music projects in the future, but I do like the way that this has opened up different reasonings, and I also have 6 different visual art. So they're from 6 different people. One is from Ethiopia, from a brethren called Ep7. One is from a sister from Nigeria. Ep7 did the artwork for Hodl Me. Chigo Artish did the the visual art for Metaverse and Bars.
I'm gonna bring it. Okay, this is digital,
So here we have the first one I was saying is the pink one. The other one is an art that I had from a long time that I was just gifting to people in my community for being a part of the project and for joining my Discord. I was giving out this tribal Tuff. That was an art that I had from before. So we just turned it into an NFT, and it came with a few downloads of some songs. And then, so the first one here from the project is Hodl Me. That artwork is done in Ethiopia by Ep7. The next one there, Digital Dread, is from Trinidad, from my brethren, Ninja. Ninja, he's an artist. He does visual art, and he's a rapper and stuff. He's a bobo.
Yeah.
Right. So this is art by Ninja.
I didn't even know he does like visual art. I didn't know.
In visual art, and he's very. If you look at a lot of his stuff, when you're doing this and you become so proficient at doing stuff for yourself, you're then able to offer, services to people. So he always has some really great looking photos and stuff on his page, and like cool videos and stuff. He's got a great eye, and I hope that he gets more into NFTs, because I think his artwork is great for NFTs, but I was trying to get him more into it, so I hope maybe this inspires him. Maybe you could hit him up and tell him,
Definitely. I'm going to be like, yo, you're wasting your talent.
Okay. Make him know, because I tried to tell him, but, I had to focus on the Digital Dread project, so I couldn't get too deep with it. So this next one here is with me and Illuminati Congo, is done by my sister from California, Oni. She does some really cool collages and also painting and stuff like that. And the next one is done by Chigo Artish from Nigeria for Metaverses and Bars. And the last one there is done by a brother out here in LA as well, called Love Hugh. And yeah, he's a visual artist and also has a clothing line called the Anti-Meat and Dairy Club. So I got to just connect with some cool people around the world, reasoning with people. I've had collectors, different types of collectors, different types of people who I've connected with, and it's been really a joy. I would love to go online and the whole digital dread project sell out, and my digital wallet just full up. You know what I mean? And then we buy a helicopter. But at the same time, it's also been just a joy and an honor to connect with these people in such a organic way.
Yeah.
I also performed at the Crypto Rastas event that was during Crypto Basel. So that was cool to meet some of the people in real life who I had been seeing on Clubhouse and, in these different spaces throughout the months.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how we connected, right? I think it was after I had Marcus on.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I tuned in.
You and I connected on
Rastas.
Yeah, I mean, their community is definitely an amazing community, and I could see like a direct synergy between yourself and them. So I think that was
what? I forgot about a very important part of this project, though. That it's also a giving back project. So whenever we finish with all of the some more sales and stuff, I'm gonna donate 10% of the proceeds to an organization in Jamaica that helps to just give out food to families in need. So it's been rough with the pandemic and things in certain places. These people don't get no stimulus and stuff like that. So if I can do things that, like I'm saying, use my art, and we can help build around my art, and then in turn use that to help people, that's a great strategy with the music and building and the wealth building for me, because I'm always doing this to try to reach out to people.
100%. I mean, it's good to be able to do it directly, in a way that your community supports you, you get the funds directly, and then you can then disperse that immediately as you see fit, and you don't necessarily have to wait for your numbers to hit 1,000, 100,000 before the label is going to pay you a check.
Right, exactly. Same thing. That's why I think doing NFTs is a big benefit for musical artists overall. I'm not waiting on Spotify to get 0.004 cents in 6 months through this company, and then I got to go through this, and then by the time I get it, it's so small. You know what I mean? If you're not Drake, you're not getting any money out of these platforms. I was watching this thing with Aloe Black, and he was talking about his song. It wasn't even I Need a Dollar. It was a different song that he had that had even more streams, and he was he collected $4,000. You know what I mean? And he had millions of streams.
That is insane.
So, what is an artist who is independent and maybe doesn't have that kind of a label push or budget to get those kind of millions of streams? But if you have 100 people who really support you and are in tune and love what you're doing, and you can offer value to them, offer something to them that's unique, some kind of experience, some kind of item, something that they can't get anywhere else that they value, then if you have 100 at $100, you could make way more than you could ever make on Spotify as an independent artist, and you're getting it right now. You know what I mean? It's coming in your wallet today, right now.
Correct. And the next good thing is that the people who believe in you early on, they get to benefit from your success.
Right.
Because when Tuff is a huge artist, this early work, this digital dread project is gonna be super valuable. And
exactly. And I don't plan to stop now. So.
Yeah. So even if they do decide eventually, okay, I'm gonna sell this, they're gonna be rewarded for having invested in you very early on in your journey, especially on the NFT side. And I think that's one of the good things about building communities in the NFT space, is that the people who support you, the people who really mess with you, they get to benefit as you grow. So from both sides.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to say big ups to everybody who has been rocking with me and building with me and connecting with me. Just big up yourself and all the Crypto Rastas family and all of the people who have been collecting my NFTs since the first release I did with some artwork from Ross Terms. And do you know Ross Terms? He's like a graffiti artist.
I'm horrible with names, by the way.
Okay,
So
he's a graffiti artist, but he's now gotten into the NFT space, and he's got some nice collections and some cool stuff going on in the space. So
I saw a graffiti artist using a VR headset, VR headset to do graffiti art in the metaverse, and
yeah.
I was like, that is absolutely dope. Like some of the applications you think, okay, how is this going to be transferable? But it's actually
this one is cool. I've tried it. There's another group that I work with in Oakland that's called the Bay Area Mural Program.
Right.
And that I went there and they were doing that exact thing. So big ups to the BAMP. They are definitely into the whole, my brethren Nati Rebel, he's a digital dread for sure. He's into the whole VR, AR with the murals, and in the space they've been having NFT workshops and stuff like that. So that was my first place I put on the Oculus and tried the graffiti, and I was like, wow, this is great, because I always would like to try painting, but I'm scared, not really scared, but I just don't want to
mess it up
and just waste all the materials and just waste it and just make it just look bad. But if it's like virtual now, if I waste it, then I can just click a button and and delete it and start over again until I'm happy with what I'm doing. Then I would definitely do that.
It's definitely a whole new world for creatives and creators. I just want to take a quick look at your other collection, your Tuff Like Iron collection, because as we're talking about art and design, I just want to really showcase this piece in particular.
Yes, that's the thing I'm describing with Ross Terms. So this was a very limited release. We just had 5 of them, but they did sell out, and it did come with a physical print of the artwork.
This is dope. I mean, for me, this is really, really, really dope. And what I love about NFTs is that we could put motion to art that would normally just be stills, and that motion really gives it a whole new dimension, and you could engage with it in a different way. Like, it affects you in a different way when you see it, as compared to just a still.
True.
So I just wanted to really touch on that one. So what's next? What's next after Digital Dread? You've been touring.
I'm in LA right now, and the other day a friend of mine had a gallery exhibit for Black History Month, and so I participated and actually displayed the EP in an art gallery. So I put the images on a digital screen and put the QR code for the NFT collection, and actually put headphones so people could check out the artwork, and each artwork would play with the song and then go to the next one with the next song. So you could hear the music for the NFT, see the artwork, and scan the QR code to take you to the page to purchase and collect the NFTs. And it was just a really cool experience. Definitely like just getting into different environments and being in an art gallery, as opposed to being always like at a nightclub or where people are drunk and people might be fighting and somebody's going to get shot or something. You know what I mean? It's like, gosh, I love the dance hall and stuff, don't get me wrong, but it was cool to be in a different environment and have people who wouldn't see me in the dance hall they were at the art gallery, and they would hear my music and experience it. But so it was exposing me to a different crowd. It was really cool.
And people then get to experience your music as art. In the club, in the performance space, sometimes we don't really get to just vibe with music. Sometimes we just so busy to just chill and listen to music when we're home. So it must be really good to just be able to like zone in, see people experience the art that is your music.
To like literally be standing there watching them, and they don't know me from it. Like, a lot of them even know it's my music. You know what I mean? They just walk up, put the thing on, and they'll be there like, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is dope, because I don't know if this person would necessarily be at my show, you know,
Right.
and that's part of the mission for my whole digital, you know, life, is just redefining music as art, because it's like the only thing that I spend my, you know, time and energy and money and effort and put in my joy and my sweat and my tears and everything into it, and then it's 99 cents on iTunes. What the fuck? That's not right. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because if you paint something right now, you could sell it for $1 or $10 or $10,000 or $10 million. You know
let, let the market decide the value for it.
Yeah, exactly. Or let the creator decide what their crowd would actually, you know what I mean, pay for stuff. They did have some stuff like that, and I was always interested in that stuff with like Bandcamp and different kinds of platforms. But I guess since NFTs, you know, came in, took over the show, it's kind of been like, okay, well, this is also a way that we can create a membership where people can, you know, have admission to the shows or have access to discounts, and all that kind of stuff is going to be, you know, coming for the digital dread holders, and, you know, whitelist for the next projects. And just working on creating the music as an art experience, as opposed to just, you know, something you stream and then you click next, you learn on IG and you listen in the story for 10 seconds and then that's it, gone on to the next thing.
And I think, like, for me, so I'm a huge music fan. I tell people, you know, my iTunes subscription might be my most important bill every month. But for me, I do miss the period where, you know, it was CDs and you can collect your favorite artist's work, and the CD comes with the pull-out booklet, and you get to like really see their vision.
Have like a poster in it or something.
Correct. You might have a poster in it. And I think when we moved to streaming, we lost that. And music became very much like just disposable, you know?
Exactly.
So
it's kind of throwaway. It's like it's everywhere. It's just there.
Yeah, because something else is, the new hot thing is coming out next week, and then, you know, you onto that, and it's just so much volume of music to consume that I find that people don't just, you know, vibe with music anymore. You know, they don't just like.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So now it's like at the point where you're making music, all right, you have to do a little bit more than just make a song. Now we have to try to create an experience and a community and, you know, a reason besides just the song why people want to tap in with a movement. You know what I mean? It's to like make it into a creative movement as opposed to just a song, you know?
And then people can get intimate with the music again, because now they have a sense of ownership, right? And you know, this is mine, and you know, people could really just have that process of expression and experientialness with projects, because now each one of your tracks comes with its artwork that kind of tells a story, that kind of puts you behind the lens of the artist, the musician, even before you start hearing the music, right? And I feel like that was kind of missing, because, you know, we just get one, until we get the video, it's just like one album cover for each song. You know, there's no real separation in the traditional streaming space. So I experience NFT is bringing that back.
Right, and then when you use these services, it also just keeps suggesting your songs all the time, you know? So it's not necessarily what you even like, or some of the things there are on point, but some of the things is like stuff that they want to push on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it happens to me all the time. I put in one artist that I want to listen to, and I end up somewhere. I'm like, well, how did I get here? You know?
Yeah, that's definitely true. So tell me about from a consumer perspective. Is there any projects that you're excited about? Any artists who's releasing music that you're excited about in the NFT space or in the music scene? Who are your influences, musically?
Well, in terms of, this is not a music project, but the NFT project that I think is really cool is Afro Droids.
Okay, I don't know that one. I'm gonna check it out as soon as we're done here.
Okay, Afro Droids is like, I think the first generative project from Africa that is
Oh,
like these little robots, and basically it's like a really cool community that they donate a large percentage of their profits to building schools and helping people in their communities. So it's just been really cool to see that growth, and they have gotten some great support, and they've been able to do some amazing things. I just seen them maybe today or yesterday saying that they were partnering with some people and together building a school, like a free art school, so that kids could go take art classes, and they have bought like buses and different stuff. So I love that, I love to see that kind of stuff happening, building community and cool art and experiences. That they actually do some really good education on their page too. So they do a great job of informing the community, onboarding people, and so that's one project that I think is really cool.
Right.
I'm not like a huge collector. I mostly collect stuff from people that I know, or just stuff that I think is cool.
Yeah.
I haven't been like collecting to say, oh, I'm gonna make this big money. I have sold back a few of my NFTs that I bought from Nati, and I sold them back on the secondary market. Because he had actually had some of his first artwork was done by Kid 8. Kid 8.
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are like really cool in the crypto space. So I had collected some of his pieces. I sold some of them back. Still have a couple, and I have the Illuminati Congo, couple of his stuff. He has the Congo coin, so I'm a Congo coin holder. There's also some projects that are coming from some family that's working with Irie Magazine. They're a magazine that's based here in California. It's a reggae magazine, and one of the creators, he's very into the crypto space, and so I mostly tune in with stuff that has some kind of meaning to me. I'm not necessarily in it for the financial gain, but the people who I am collecting, I do know that they're important in the space, and that they will continue to make moves. And so I'm kind of just like holding their stuff because it's more of a long-term strategy. You know what I mean?
That's what I tell people. If you're looking for the quick flips, most times, 9 out of 10 times, you're not gonna hit the big one. So remove that strategy. I mean, buy what you like, even if you think it's gonna do well from a financial perspective. Buy what you like. So if you end up stuck with it, at least it's something that you don't mind looking at, something you don't mind listening to. It's something that could continue to bring you some value through the years, as compared to just buying a rock because you think that it's gonna be successful. You're hearing people hyping it, like
best rock ever.
I just don't get it, but yeah, for sure.
Well, I get it because everybody wants to gain. Everybody. That's one of there's not that many main instincts that people have.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that the space has become known for just this, everybody trying to get rich quick kind of thing. But I mean, I think that is gonna start filtering away, and you're gonna see people really investing in things that they see value in. There's always gonna be the speculative investor. There's always gonna be the guy looking for that next big thing, that next Bitcoin, as the case may be.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna see people, doing a lot more research and investing behind things that have some kind of value to them personally.
Yeah. I'm looking for the next Bitcoin too. Everybody is, you know what I mean?
Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. There will be no other.
I thought they said Ethereum is the next Bitcoin.
None before, none to come. I mean, but that's me being a maxi. But I mean, what to say? I mean, it's hard to reproduce what Bitcoin did because it's hard to do it better than Bitcoin. And then if you're not doing it better than Bitcoin, then I might as well just hold Bitcoin. So, I mean, I know that there are projects that I'm invested in that I expect to do better than Bitcoin in the short term, but they're just means to me being
Get
able
more
to
Bitcoin.
invest in more Bitcoin.
I see the meds. I see the meds.
I see myself more as a Bitcoin eventualist than a Bitcoin maximalist. So everything eventually flows to the sea. Every stream, every river flows eventually to the sea that is Bitcoin.
That is true. And the other way around too.
And the other way around as well.
Goes well for Bitcoin, then it
Yeah.
goes well for everything.
Yeah, there's always going to be some backwash from the ocean. But yeah, I mean, I think crypto, I think blockchain is the future, whether it's, tokens that are primarily store of value, whether it's payment focused tokens, and whether it's NFTs. I think NFTs are gonna truly just consume so many different industries in a way that we've not expected. I think music people didn't see it coming. I think art people didn't see it coming. And now it's here and it's dominating. I think, video streaming is going to be next, going to be affected. I think movies and TV shows are going to be affected next. I think it's a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
Crypto is the next thing. It's just like the internet. It's just gonna start consuming things one by one. First we thought it was email. We thought it was just email. Consuming snail mail or physical mail. But now the internet controls everything from commerce to communication, like
Right.
we're doing now.
They were going to Web3 now. So all of the people who don't want to go to Web3 or who are skeptical about Web3 are just going to be there looking, silly. Like,
Yeah.
It's not
And
really a choice,
Yeah, I mean, and the unfortunate thing is that the masses tend to follow the clues and the inspiration and the advice of the big players in the space. So as far as finance and decentralized finance goes, people are listening to their bankers, they're listening to their insurers, that kind of thing. But the fact of the matter is, bookstores weren't sending people to Amazon. You know what I mean? Taxi companies weren't sending people to Uber. Hotels weren't, rushing to send people to Airbnb.
But they did with their policies and the way that they dealt with things,
Yes,
and people didn't like that stuff. So, when there was an alternative that was presented, and it was like, oh, I could just push this button on my phone and the car would just pick me up outside and drop me off, or cool.
Sure.
Now look at the taxi people.
Yeah,
I
mean,
you know what I'm saying?
So they have to catch up.
They don't want to end up like taxi drivers or taxi companies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So what besides the music, besides the art, besides the stuff that you're invested in and the things that you want to see happen for the next generation, like your son, what are some of the things that you're excited about in the space in general?
Just like I was saying, just all the possibilities for being able to, one of the things I said on the project, one of my those slogans of the Digital Dread Project is that the revolution will be decentralized, because we always have ideas of how we want to do things, and from everything, building communities, like physical communities and schools and, things that we want to do. Art, yes, art is a big part of that. I always want to do art and find ways to fund people doing art, because I think all around the world, you know, people of African descent have like so much talent, you know, and a lot of people just don't have the resources. That's the only thing that's holding them back from being able to, you know, achieve some amazing things. I mean, like if you go to for example, I have a brethren who has a skateboard brand. When he goes to Jamaica with his skateboards and give these kids some skateboards and watch what they do, like they are talented. They don't have to have known anything before. Like they just got extra sauce. You know what I mean? So the extra sauce, but that's why they got to make sure they don't have too much and they do too much and make too much things happen and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So just being able to find new ways to do the things that we always, you know, reason about or we always build and speak of, you know. So that's really the excitement for me, you know, being able to take that power forward to the people. Like you don't need to go to the bank to get a loan to buy that car, because if you have X amount of crypto, you can use a DeFi app and you can get the loan yourself, and there's no white person on the other side denying you because, you know, you got a beard that looked kind of, I don't know, he looked a little bit, you know, or whatever, but, you know, whatever reason they choose to always, you know, make things more difficult for certain people. Like now those certain people have more opportunity because there's no other person on the other side to really stop them. It's just numbers. So once you have the right numbers and you input those numbers, your transaction is verified. You know what I'm saying?
The code is, you know, the code doesn't care.
Generated, you know?
The code doesn't choose a side, you know. The code treats everybody the same way, and that's one of the things that I love, you know. Particularly with Bitcoin, you know. Bitcoin doesn't care who you are, who you know, who your daddy is, how much money you got, you know. Everybody has the same exact opportunity. One sat is equal to one sat is equal to one sat, you know. So definitely. I mean, we've talked a little.
The only thing now when we speak of that is that it's not access to the information, because we're living in the age of information and anybody could Google anything they want to learn, but people in our community are not necessarily tapping in as much. There are a lot of people tapping in. I hear it's a high percentage, you know, but big ups to all of the, you know, the other folks who've been getting their crypto to get their wallets going.
One of the things I always say is that, you know, sometimes our community, we've been underwater so long that we just focus so heavily on just surviving. You know, we just swimming, we just trying to keep our head above water. It's hard to look at a week from now or a month from now or 5 years from now, when all you could think about is what you're gonna eat now. Like I'm hungry right now. So, but I mean, that's why we have platforms like this. That's why we have, you know, people like yourself who not just, you know,
and that's what the project is about too. So that's why I said, well, maybe if we put some of this terminology into music, and then people could hear the songs. So I haven't released these songs yet on the regular platforms, but I am going to, just so that people, you know, so the masses of people could be able to have access to it. And the songs are stuff like "Hodl Me," you know what I mean? It's like people might think, did you spell that wrong? You know? But no, it actually means something. So it all-time high, you know? They're like, oh, Tuff's been smoking a lot of weed again. You know what I mean? True, but still, it's got meaning. So when they listen to the songs, hopefully at least some of the terminology sink in, and maybe they could learn something too. So it's music that's entertaining, but it's also educational. So the whole project is just about outreach, and it's been cool. I've reasoned with all kinds of people. I was just with Sheppy, also from the Nomads, who's one of the other stars in the Yardie film.
Right.
And we were just with him 2 days ago, helping him get his digital wallet set up for the first time, so he can, you know, begin collecting NFTs and selling his NFTs. If you want
participating.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's been a joy, like just onboarding people in the community and people through the platforms and through their social media and stuff, and just connecting with people. I'm definitely about building communities, so it's been
Yeah, I
great.
mean that's a great point. I mean, education through music, edutainment. I mean, I think a lot of what I've learned as a person, as a man, as a businessman, as a father, has come through all the music that I've consumed. Jay-Z has been a huge influence on me, from Reasonable Doubt all the way to the Carters, Love Is Everything. Everything Is Love. It's been a journey, and sometimes you take things from music that you wouldn't take from your parents or from your friends or even a teacher, and it stays with you and it resonates with you in a deeper way because of there's some melodies around it. So I mean,
Definitely.
shout out to you for putting that education in your music. you know
Well, thanks for
Tough.
being able to be in tune with it, because sometimes so what I'm doing is kind of so different that people not necessarily get what I'm trying to do. So it's always like I'm like, hey, somebody who gets it. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's great work. I mean, your music is great work, and that was where I was gonna go next. I mean, yes, we're talking crypto, yes, we're talking blockchain, yes, we're talking NFTs, but I know you've been touring. Are you still touring? Where can somebody see you in person next if they want to show up and get that vibes in live and in person, and then go grab that NFT after the fact?
Right, definitely. Well, we are in LA, currently staying in LA. So doing some stuff in the area. Um, we do have another sister who we've been doing emceeing, and she selects.
Right.
So
Yeah, I saw that on your IG.
yes, because she came through, and our sound system virgin. So big ups to Solomonic Sound and Callie Madden for coming to play some my tunes for us in the gallery closing party the other day, where we had more people listening to the NFT project. And so we'll be doing some sound system stuff in LA throughout the summer times, where people can just keep in tune. We'll be just doing pop-ups and stuff like that. I am scheduled to be going to New Mexico next month for a event called Ganja Freedom Fest. And other than that, we're just also working on doing some stuff in the metaverse, because I haven't done any metaverse performances yet, and I have some really cool ideas of what I want to do with some NFT music, metaverse performances, and different, stuff. So just working on that. So some of the stuff is going to be in real life, but I'm also going to be also doing more digital work, because let's be real, it's easier not going all over the place sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cheaper
So
to show up,
you know what Nati said?
virtually.
Nati
And
said on the song "Block to the Blockchain." Nati said, "You want to see me? You better have an Oculus."
facts. I mean, because I mean, especially with COVID, when you like this weekend, my friend called me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm heading to Miami." I'm like, "Yo, I'm down." And then I started thinking, okay, I gotta get a test done, and if I fly out and I got catch COVID while I'm there, am I gonna be able to come back home? I have work to do. I have stuff going on with my business. So
Yeah.
especially around COVID times, even when you can, I guess, financially afford it, sometimes it's better to do things virtually because COVID has really messed things up for us. But as we get closer to the end, I want you to shout whoever you want to shout. I want you to plug all your socials. Is it tough like iron everywhere?
Yes, for the most part. Anyone
Okay.
who's looking for me, just see it over there. Oh wait, that way, down there.
So
Tough
it's
like iron on IG, on TikTok, on YouTube, on um, Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I hope you have a tough like iron.eth or
Yeah, I
something.
have stuff like iron.eth. If anyone wants to, send me some big ETH. Hey.
Send Tough some crypto, man. So
Yeah.
it's everywhere. Tough like Iron, IG, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere you can find her. And who do you want to shout out? Who do you want to shout out?
I want to shout out all the digital dreads. You feel me? All digital dreads around the world. Big up yourself. You know what I mean? Big ups to my whole family here in LA, the whole Dancer Mafia family. Block of the Dancer, who is a real official digital dread. You know, he's got a lot of interesting NFT projects working and in the works. You know, shout outs again, like I said, to Nati, who's been such a great mentor in the space. And the whole Brooklyn, always we're representing. We just do things differently. So shout outs to Brooklyn, always.
In the house.
Representing Jehovah Evil, Kingston. You know what I mean? Big ups to Goldie Bad Lion. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to my whole family, to the whole crew, to the whole movement. Everybody who's been tuning in to the Digital Dread Project, big up yourself. And, I'm going to start doing some giveaways again. I got some more NFTs to give out to the NFT holders and the people in the Discord. So jump in our Discord and connect with us, and let's build and just, keep taking it to higher heights. That's really, it's a crazy time in the world right now, but it's also a lot of opportunity. And 100%. If you tune in and, make those connections and make those moves, I'm definitely, doing my best to tap in, because the revolution will be decentralized.
Yes, sir. I used to say that all the time, and I've kind of switched it up. I think I say now the evolution will be decentralized, because I don't like, a revolution can be stopped, but evolution can't. So I think the evolution will be decentralized.
Yeah, I like that.
Tough. It was a pleasure having you. I really, really appreciate the conversation. Definitely send me all the links. I'm going to put them in the description for this video, so people could find you on OpenSea. People can find it 2 different projects. People could find all your socials.
And stay tuned for more, collect these Digital Dread NFTs.
100%.
We'll be offering some discounts on merchandise for the NFT holders, and, access to free stuff at events and different kinds of perks. So
I'm all about them free bags.
Right? And stay tuned, Mr. Free Bags. I got something for you. I don't know if did I give you anything from this project yet?
Yeah, I mean, I got the project. I got the Digital Dread NFT.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
there's still more stuff that we're gonna do soon. So
yeah, hit me up. I love it.
Maybe.
So thanks again, Tuff. Shout out to you, your team. Keep growing, keep doing your thing. Shout out to your son. Make sure he keeps doing his thing.
Oh my God! Shout outs to K Clay, and don't forget to check out his NFTs on OpenSea. Also, K Clay Studios. KHAYCLAY. K Clay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just send it to me. I'm gonna put it in the description. Make sure he gets some shout outs.
No, definitely. Yes, brother.
Thank you so much for being with me. Be blessed. Guys, Tough like Iron. Dope artist, somebody doing big things in this space. Guys, as always, thank you so much for spending your Thursday evening with me. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. We have a super exciting show for you next week. We have some really, really exciting surprises. So I look forward to seeing you. As I say, adoption is inevitable. Be good. Be blessed.